to keep yourself safe if that was necessary. So again, at this point, we did have a third incident that occurred this morning, and we felt it was very important to get out in front of this and to let the community know immediately that this incident did occur and the steps that we're taking to ensure the safety on the trails for all of our residents who love to use the hike and bike trails throughout the day, but especially early in the morning when these 3 incidents have occurred. And now I mentioned earlier the Run with a Cop program that we're going to also initiate tomorrow. So if Officer Rosales, the APD SWAT team, will please come up and he'll fill you in on a little of that.
Good afternoon. Like Chief was saying, we're going to have our first Run with the Cop tomorrow, 6 a.m. at the hike and bike trail. Our meeting location will be under Millpack, right next to Austin High. We'll have our big SWAT truck out there as a meeting point for us to rally at. We'll offer various pace times, various distances, a 3-mile loop, a 4-mile loop, a 2-mile walk. Encourage everybody to come on out and have fun, enjoy a safe run with the cop. We are looking in the future to do a run next week as well. October 2nd is the date we're thinking about. It's Monday. We may vary the location, and once we kind of lock down that, we'll put that out to the appropriate channels so that you guys can know where we'll be at. The idea is just to provide a safe environment for everybody on our hike and bike trail.
So we'll continue to put out information. As I said, if we end up putting additional programs in or bringing additional officers out with additional times to run with officers, we will put that out. We've given the description of the suspect from this morning's incident as well as the suspect from the incident that occurred at Austin High School. If you have information that is important that would help us in these follow-up investigations, if you would please contact APD, and that is at 512-974-5095. It's important that as a community we come together to try and identify these offenders and give us the ability to make the arrests and bring them to justice. So with that, I'll open it up for any questions.
Yeah, I had a question about the assault this morning. I understand that the victim may have been part of some kind of a running group. Is there anything else you can tell us about what happened?
At the time of the attack, the runner was actually by herself. And I know that having used the trails before, sometimes running groups start off together and then they splinter apart as the run continues, as they run at different paces. So that's why we would encourage you, if you're going to run with a group, find groups that are going to run at similar paces.
Were there any witnesses?
That's part of the ongoing investigation.
You guys, in the last incident, I know some people were just concerned because maybe they didn't receive the information until a couple days later. Obviously, here you're telling us the day of. Talk about, is this kind of a different change for you? Just trying to get as much. I know you don't want to ruin the investigation, but getting it out there to make people aware and just hopefully provide a better outcome.
Our goal is always to put the information out as quickly as possible, and I think that our practice has always been we address these things head on as early on as we can. And yes, we were late in getting the information out on that one assault, and that's why today, as our normal practice is we're out in front of this the day it happened to make sure the community is aware, and that we hopefully can get some help from the community in identifying the suspects, but that everyone is aware of the needs to pay attention to their safety and the safety of others.
Can you maybe definitively say whether or not the first attack that we know of at Austin High School is or is not connected to either of the others?
As I stated earlier, it's too early to tell whether these are related. The one today is obviously not related to the one a week and a half back or so, because that suspect is still in jail. But what investigators will look at through these investigations is to determine if the assault that occurred this morning is at all linked to the one that occurred at Austin High School.
Is it kind of odd to have two, possibly three perpetrators acting around the same time in the same area? That kind of sounds different to me.
Well, I think the reason why you all are here and we're here today is because this is not common. The trails are a safe place, and we're going to keep them a safe place, and that's why we're going to implement the programs that we are and work as hard as we have to try and solve these unsolved cases. And again, make sure that people have that sense of security that they should have, enjoying everything Austin has to offer, and one of them being the crown jewel, the hike and bike trail on Lady Bird Lake.
And I guess just touching up on the program that you guys have started running with the cops, can you just, talk about what you hope you all are going to accomplish and how you hope it helps, community relations? How do you
You know, we're not necessarily doing it from a community relations perspective, but anytime we have an opportunity to interact with the community, I think that that's positive and that builds those strong relationships. But this really is an opportunity to give those that may be concerned about their own safety but really want to go out and enjoy the trails. It gives them the opportunity to do that, you know, at the times when we're able to host these kind of runs. And so I think it's an opportunity to bring the department and the community together, and, you know, to enjoy the trails and to talk about safety and everything that we can, where we can assist.
I spoke to an older woman. She said she was 66 on the trail today, asking her about her concerns, and she stated she didn't feel, or she felt that younger women should be more worried than her. Can you tell me anything about, I guess, the age range, or, you know, you're putting this out to women regardless of age, or?
Yeah, this is a public safety message for the entire community, and although the 3 victims in these attacks that have taken place have been female, male runners need to be just as careful, because you may have individuals that want to commit different types of crimes. And so we just need to be aware always, as we do, whether we're, you know, enjoying the entertainment district, whether we're just, you know, out for a walk in our neighborhoods. You know, we live in a day and age where you just have to be aware of your surroundings. And so our safety message is not meant for any one gender or any one age group. It's important that everyone pays attention.
You know, I know that you've cleaned up the arch area where the homeless population was. I've also seen, just kind of living in the downtown area, you know, some of them go to different locations. I live over on the trail, so I've seen a lot of them over there. I don't know if you feel like this is, you know, somewhat of maybe the homeless trickling other places or anything like that. I believe the suspect that was arrested was also part of the homeless population. Is that correct?
The one that was arrested, I believe, was, now remember the first attack at Austin High School, that individual left in a vehicle. So we cannot say that this is at all related to the work that we're doing at the Arch and the homeless population. Again, that'll be part of the investigation, but we're not here today to talk about whether that is related, and we do not have any information that makes us believe, at this point at least, that this is at all related to the work we're doing to address issues at the Arch.
What about, I'm sorry, what about this latest incident made you want to institute this program, or was this program something you've been working on and it just so happened to land on today?
No, I think that this highlights that this is an issue. We made an arrest in the second case, and so we felt like we had that suspect in custody. And the fact that we've had a third case and we may have a second offender, we either have a second offender or we have the offender from the first case that has reoffended. Either one is very concerning, so that obviously creates a strong sense of urgency. We respond to just singular incidents as well, but based on what happened this morning, it was very important that we come out and we make some immediate changes while we work to solve these cases.
I know you guys have increased patrols, and a lot of people appreciate that. Have you noticed anything in doing that the past week or so that maybe we need to address, lighting or anything like that, that maybe is the reason why, you know, that maybe was a target to begin with, you know?
Again, I think that goes to being aware of your circumstances, and that's something that we will look at. Are there places on the trail where lighting is such that things could be made more safe if we were able to improve that? I think that that's something that we are very committed to looking at, and then if we identify areas like that, working with the city to identify potential solutions.
Last question.
All right, thank you all very much.